What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. How's everybody doing? Hope we're all doing well. Hey, Silver, what's up, man? Hello, welcome back. How you been, man? Yeah, it is too early. Yeah, just coming up early. It's just I have more time to prepare as well. So yeah, it's nice. I mean, people do join up a bit later on, so that's fine. But I'm gonna start streaming at 9 a.m. See if I can, talk about things that we have on the watch list. Anyways, is everything okay? The sound is all right. Everything's cool. How about now? Can you hear me properly? Awesome. That's good to know. The mic seems to be all right, picking up the sound, and let's get started. I am a bit late on the watch list, so I am creating the watch list as I go along. Just putting here and there. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Just had a phone call. Uh, Welcome, Joel. How's it going? Everything all right? Welcome back. Good to have you back. Welcome. Just starting out, guys. Just gonna create. I've created my watch list, but it's halfway. So just bear with me about 5 minutes as I create the watch list, and I'll go through what I think we should be doing or we should be looking for. Okay, just give me 5 minutes. I might be quiet for about 2 to 5 minutes. Okay. This one is okay. That. Right. Okay. 8.6.86. We'll keep that. AMD will keep it. Nvidia. Nvidia. Oof. What happened to Vero? Damn, that's a drop from 1060 all the way to the 880s. I was actually yesterday, if you watched the analysis for the Vero, I was actually targeting 8. Unfortunately, I didn't trade it, but the target was 8. It got very close to it, I would say. I was a bit ambitious on it, on my target, but hey. But I think I am going to be getting rid of Vero today because I don't think it's going to do anything exciting anymore. It might for the third day continuation towards 8, but from about 9 to 8, it is good enough range for me, yes, but it's going to be difficult. I think the third days are usually difficult, so I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm just trying to clean up my I'll keep it for Facebook. TDoc, as I mentioned, exactly to the tick of the analysis yesterday. A bit choppy price action. I did mention that we might have slow but steady sort of uptrends, green, 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 in an attempt to fill the massive gap that it did for the earnings report. So today as well, that doesn't change on the TDoc. So for me, it's going to be difficult to trade it that way. So I'm going to get rid of that. WDC, I'll keep it. Okay, so the rest basically is okay to keep. This might have another down day, but it's not worth it. SOU and I'll keep. Okay, so that's cleared up. Let's add our rest of the playlist, watch list. DCT dog runs 11 million. Nope, no good. OST, nope. BMW, AGNC, HR. HR has been an acquisition, right? Anybody knows about this? Can you confirm? HR, this is an acquisition. This has been bought, right? This company. That's why I didn't put it on the watch list. Tel looks interesting when it comes to daily. Tel looks interesting. No. Okay, so we don't have much on the Pearl. Red box is still there. PDD. Nope. And that's pretty much it. Red box, NU, HC, Ionic. EXPE. Okay, EXPE has had a response to earnings. I think bad numbers on it, and it actually closed up very badly red yesterday. Yeah, very clean moves actually. This would have been a really great trade. Unfortunately, we missed that. Yeah, earnings was there. When I looked at it, I think it wasn't doing much, and then I just left it. So I'll keep it here as an earnings play. EXPE. And then what else do we have? Right, guys, before I go into the watch list, if you guys have anything in mind that you want me to have a look, please do share now. If you've been watching something, do you want my 2 cents on? Okay, let's have a look at pre-market. We got RVSN. So RVSN is gapping up quite a bit, and it's a low price stock. It is gapping up. I think this, usually with these kind of stocks, I really don't. I'm very careful thinking longs. If anything, it's usually short. So I will keep it here, but I will not be trading it long. And if you're gonna trade it, there will be heavy overhead costs to short these things. So the rest, LTHM. LTHM is gapping up. I believe this is because of earnings. So this gap is actually quite valid. These kind of gaps is something that you want to pay attention to because it's got a catalyst. It might not be strong enough, but it's definitely the catalyst behind it is earnings. So people are going to take it seriously. So LTHM looks good for possible long entries later on. I'll cover that in a minute. 400k, oddly. I'll put LTHM here as well. Nope, this is bad. And SATL. SATL, wow, okay, so this one goes from 8 all the way to 18s, and boom, this is best short sellers haven basically. I used to trade this extreme parabolics over the pre-market or after hours with really good success, but the problem with that is the overhead costs are huge to short. You can't even find the stock to short, the shares to borrow. So that's why it's more stable for me to be trading mid float to low float. So I'm gonna leave that alone. It's already done. There's not much I can expect from this. The more opportunity was here. The better opportunity, sorry. My English is a bit getting worse and worse instead of getting better, to be honest. I don't know who to blame. It's probably the stream. Anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't see anything apart from... let me have a look at the gap downs, because we need to pay attention to gap downs because there's earnings season. So now Lyft has had a gap down, so this is a response to the earnings, bad earnings, I believe. I don't need to read what earnings was. This is the response I need to see, and that's not good. So we're actually trading around 20. Wow, pretty much here. So now, when there is a gap like this, especially the down, the gap down, you have to be careful. Yes, you can have a follow through. It can actually go down way more than 20, but it can also be very choppy. I will keep Lyft here as a earnings play, LIFT, and also as a gapper. When I say gapper, it's also I have gap downs on it as well, not just gap ups, right? It's just gaps. So Lyft is the gap down play. We will see what it does at the open, but I can't be really biased on it. To be honest, there might be a bounce coming to it because of discount buyers. I'll talk about that in a minute. Just give me a second. That's a good topic to discuss. I'll cover that, Joel. So Lyft, and then we've got IAG. This is also a gap down but it's a low price stock. I'm not gonna touch that. And we've got AMRN. Most of these gap downs are because of earnings, so it's good to pay attention to it. There's not much of a volume on this one, but again, very low price stock. BMV. I think that's also not worth it. Yeah, the rest, the volume isn't good enough. So let's cover the... quickly, I'm going to cover the analysis for the pre-market. Yesterday was quite choppy. SPY was very choppy, as I was expecting it to be, but the bounce definitely came in and closed green. So that bounce came in, but it was kind of 50-50. It wasn't strong enough of a bounce to call it a V reversal yet. So it hasn't really shown me that it wants to V reverse. If anything, it's like 50-50. So SPY is going to be difficult unless it actually takes out the 418s, 419s, 420s to the upside, or 415s to the downside, right? So we've got two levels to watch. The closest levels will be 419, and then we've got 415s to watch. Now, if any of those breaks, then the SPY could actually trend to that side. So 415 breaks, trends to the loss, trends down. Or if they 420, 419 breaks, then we could see some upside move. But anything in between, I think we will have a lot of chop. Now, if we do have that, then that also means that big names like AMD, which is definitely gapping up because of earnings. Now, I'll come back to AMD because that's totally a different situation now because of earnings. Now, your Apples and Teslas, for example, if they don't have earnings, will respond to pretty much the SPY. Have a look at this chart. Picture this chart and have a look at this one. Right? Very, very similar. If we look at this chart. Yeah? In the beginning, for the first an hour or so, very, very bad chop. Have a look at the Apple now. Have a look at Apple, right? First hour, exactly similar price action. So you can't ignore that Apple big names are gonna have a correlation to SPY. So if our analysis on SPY is that, it's 50-50, what's going on, OSS? Welcome, man. How's it going? If it's 50-50 on the SPY, we got to be very careful trading the big names. It's going to chop us around a lot. I don't see anything that I have an edge on the SPY at the moment. That's why I'm going to leave the big names. I'll concentrate on the ones that we have earnings today. So now earnings. AMD is part of the earnings list here. It looks quite good to me because I was definitely watching this level here. Recent highs 9150s, 92s is massive gap up for an AMD from the close of 9115s all the way to 96s at the moment, 97. So it is actually trending up here now. With AMD, it's already done a massive gap and it's holding. Yes, it's holding nicely, but I do expect a bit of a retracement coming in and a profit taking might come in. Not necessarily a gap fill, but it might, wash towards 96s, even 95s. But that doesn't mean that it's going to actually go and gap fill. I don't think it might gap fill. So if that's the case, then I will probably look for dip buys around 95, 96s. If it does give us some sort of reversal patterns. If not, now the second scenario would be that it is still strong and it holds this gap and it starts to take out the pre-market highs of 97.70s, 98s, around that area. So a crucial level to watch for that would be 98 area. That's the area we gotta pay attention to, right? My dashed line would be the pre-market lines levels. So 98 area and then 95, 96 area for a possible reversal to the long side. So I am definitely long biased on AMD. Right. Nvidia had earnings, I believe, a few days ago. Oh, no, actually, no, not yet. We might be waiting on that. So this is purely based on SPY's reaction, to be honest. I don't see much on Nvidia. I'm gonna remove this. FB. I'll keep it because it's at that level where it can do either continue on, have a nice little momentum. But I think Facebook might actually have a decent opportunity for the short side. Because it wasn't able to show us a trend yesterday. And also this is because of the SPY as well, obviously. But if SPY starts to drift down, I think Facebook might do slightly harder wash or harder move down. So that's for that reason I'm keeping Facebook. So a little bit short biased on it. But the levels to watch will be about 210s. 210s are much more important level than here, I believe. So if it does drop down towards that similar area where SPY is going to drop down a little bit and then starts to climb back up, then 210 might be a good area to watch on FB. WDC, is this earnings? Yeah, it's a response to earnings. So a few days ago it had earnings down. It continues to climb, continues to show strength, and closes with strength. So it might be a good idea to wait on it. As you can see, initially at the open, the price discovery is quite massive. So a bit of a chop, and then it starts to actually trend up and create a directional move. So it might be worth a wait for these kind of stocks. Let's have a look at the gaps. RVSN, very low price stock. I'm not going to be playing this. If anybody plays low price stocks, RVSN is there, but I'm not going to play that. It's just too much of a risk for a low reward. Lyft, I'll keep it as I talked about it. A huge gap down. The continuation to the downside could come in, but I've seen on these massive gaps, a bounce usually comes in, and they are massive range stocks. So you got to be careful trading it, but we will keep an eye on it. There will be opportunities on this. LTHM, this is the strongest out of the gap ups because of the earnings, and it's actually hitting the highs, which is a sign it wants to continue on. Now at the open, after the open, we will wait about 5-10 minutes for this to settle down. Once it creates a really decent sort of opportunity, then we can look to long it. So definitely long biased on LTHM. SOUN, I'm keeping it on. Yesterday I traded quite a few times. Yesterday I left with this trade here. I took some off here. I wasn't in this stream, and I got out on the break even, I believe. I might have gotten out a bit lower, but I think I got out break even, maybe even further down, because I was watching that 1750, or maybe not. I'll have to check that, guys. I think whatever the case, yesterday we had very small losers on it, and then last bit was, I think, break even of some sort. So not very successful yesterday. Later down the line, it gave us really decent opportunities, but I wasn't there to take advantage of that. Now, it's already gap filled, as you can see. Yesterday, that was the, if it completely failed off of the continuation to the long side and then drifted off to gap fill, which was great. But today it's already done the gap fill. It's trading already gap down big time. We're talking here, so the weakness is still there. Weakness is there, so this might have a continuation to the downside in the, we're talking 9s, 10s, around this area, towards that area. So I'm gonna keep that for a possible shorting opportunity soon. Okay. Actually, soon is also a gap down, isn't it? Yeah. Let's just keep it there. So that is pretty much it for me at the moment. Let me just post this in the watch list section in Discord. All right. Come on. Wednesday the 4th. I'm just revisiting the pre-market gappers if I have missed anything. I don't think I missed anything else. SATL is creating some sort of a... I did look at SATL. Yeah, no, not really. Not for me. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it. Let's keep an eye on the SPY at the open for the first 10-15 minutes. See what it does. Remember, it is within those two levels, so we might see some chop on it. So be careful. I would be very, very relaxed at the open, half an hour, maybe even. Sometimes SPY does that, half an hour, 1 hour chop, and carries on, especially if it's in the middle of basically the levels. So now let's get back to the chat. What's going on, guys? Welcome everyone. Hope we Any questions, by the way? Anything you guys been looking at? You want me to look at? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something that you don't hear every day from silver. That's good. That's good to know. Just getting ready. Preparing myself. Okay. So we've got 3 minutes to go. Let me just finalize the gappers because of earnings. So LTHM is basically rejected off 2780s, but I think this might have some good news. So it's a good thing if it does actually comes back to 27s. Might give us a better opportunity, a dip buy. AMD is looking extremely strong, guys. This is the strength coming in. As I mentioned, this might actually pull back towards 96. It did try to do that, but it didn't really sort of have that weakness in it. So the strength came in. Now it shows much strength on it. this is my this is my pre-market level. Remember that 98 level is broken that without any problems. So that level is invalid. That's nothing for me. It didn't respect that level. So now, paying attention to 99 level might be an area. But I think the way it's going, it might not even respect that 99 level. But hey, we'll see what happens when it gets there. So AMD is quite strong, so still long biased on it. I'm not gonna chase it like this. If I do trade it, I will wait for it to pull back and give me a discounted rate. I love discounts. DVN. DVN, not much of a volume on the pre-market, but it might create some volume though. This is also because of earnings is gapping up, so might be something there later on. And EXPE is a gap down. And follow through from yesterday's bad earnings. So this might be another follow through coming into this. Okay, Lyft. So out of the earnings play, Lyft, AMD, LTHM, those three are quite interesting. Lyft obviously will have to wait for a possible shorting opportunity. If it does pop and starts to drop, then we can take advantage of that. But the rest, LTHM and AMD, is possible long opportunities. There we go. Best of luck, guys. Let's do this. So let's go. Right. Okay, so LTHM is trying to sort of wash a little bit, trying to trend down. From this, as I mentioned, from these kind of massive gaps, you do expect a little bit of a retracement to try to at least get some of that filled, get some of the gap fill. So it's totally normal for it to actually, wash towards 26s maybe, under 27, 26s. That also gives us an opportunity for shorts, but the potential of massive R, massive reward isn't there. So we'll just wait for it. If 27 holds here, that might be even yeah. It didn't hold. So LTHM, we're gonna wait on it until 27 holds. Okay, there we go. 27 broke. Now this is a good sign of strength. So now definitely confirming that it wants to continue on, and this might be the low of day. Don't quote me on that, but this might be the low of day today. 2680. So if you had taken anything over 2724s, your stop would have been 27670. Really, really decent stop for whoa. Okay. All right. Massive, massive. Wow. Okay. So this is this is why we wait. This is interesting. Okay, this is going to be something really nice to talk about. Beautiful, beautiful. So these, what you're seeing right there, the wicks are pretty much, when you do get an open like a massive gap open like this, you do tend to get this kind of price action. There's a lot of reasons behind it. The most common reason would be liquidity hunt, stop runs, and things like that. So it triggered a lot of orders were on the breakout. The momentum chasers or scalpers, they break out. They love breakout trades. So they basically took the trade and it hunted those trades, and then as soon as they triggered, all the trades have been triggered, then they just flushed it down, so that they can actually have that stop runs as well. So there was a liquidity hunt as well as the stop runs. So yeah, two main games here being played. But that's why we will have to wait on this to settle down. This could happen. The cleaner thing is on NVIDIA. NVIDIA is sort of showing weakness, to be honest, here. It came down under 199, 198. Beautiful right here. But it just might have been a bit too late now. Yeah, I think we might have been a bit too late on it. Our SPY is drifting down, so early sign of weakness on SPY. Yeah, that's your 416 area. So we might have to wait. Right, we'll have to be patient today, guys. I don't see anything that I'm excited about early on. So let's get rid of that. We'll put LTHM. Take that. This one. Wow, lift actually continued on. So this is pretty weak, guys. What I was expecting is a bounce coming into this. So it's definitely weak. The earnings must have been really bad for it to do this. So Yeah, this would have been a really nice gap and go setup, but I am definitely going to be waiting for a bounce coming into this. So I'm keeping an eye on lift. If it starts to bounce towards 22s, 2220s, I will not be shy to take some shorts on it. Okay, so the lift is trying to bounce. It's coming up to that 22 level. Hopefully there will be something there. 22 level, yeah, 22 level is an okay level. Not the greatest, but it's an okay level. I'll rather 22 20s, 22 30s is a better level. But I'll start slow. Oh my goodness, it might not actually give me a chance. Shoot. Yeah, it doesn't want to give us a chance. Yeah, I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna chase it. XP. EXP, although I have that in the watch list, I really don't like the way it's trading. So I'm not going to pay attention to EXP. So on the earnings play, LTHM, AMD, and Lyft is the one I'm keeping an eye on. LTHM is drifting down as well. Um, it's very volatile, LTHM. There's a lot of stop runs going on. I think at the moment shorts are in control, to be honest. So there might be shorting opportunities coming into LTHM for a possible fade off. It's too much of a gap to fill. But I think if it starts to curl back up over 27s, it might be better chance to long it instead of shorts. Again, I'll stick by that. And we have got AMD that has, yeah, we had a, yeah, this was pretty normal for an AMD because it had a good gap up and the profit taking came in. Yeah, that was pretty normal. And I don't think if it does continue down to gap fill, it might not do much of a gap fill. So I think 96 level might hold if it does drift down. We'll see. And it depends on the SPY as well. If SPY starts to weaken, then obviously this is going to continue down. Wow, okay. All right. AMD. There's your stop runs under 96. But this is aggressive though. This is the way it came down is quite aggressive. So the stop runs happened, but if it closes anywhere here, that's not good for AMD. If this candle, if this candle closes anywhere here. Yeah, as I mentioned, lift, I missed it. You know, I knew that it was gonna bounce. The bounce might not be strong enough for it to go around 22s. So I could have started early, but it's just with these kind of big gaps, you do tend to get bigger pull, bigger bounce if it does happen. So that's why I didn't take it. Usually I would have taken it if the gap wasn't this big. So now let me show you what it looks like on stop runs. So this is pretty much of a good reason to, let me just zoom in this. So now let's talk about this level, intraday level. A lot of scalpers or whatever breakdown traders, a 96 level, yeah. So now what happened is they've traded here. Let me show you if I can go back. So now arrow. So right there, let's just make it a bit smaller. So right there, people start to short it, right? People start shorting it at the breakdown. Now, as soon as they start shorting it, it will. This happens, right? This candle, this green candle, the wick. Now, scalpers will always not wait for things to close down or things like that. So as soon as it starts to lift up, they will start buying back, right? Buying back. And once the stop run happens, then the real move comes in. You see what I mean? So that's a good example of a stop run. And now the real move is happening. So it actually wicked out a lot of scalpers, but whoever traded like had good convictions to the short side stayed in it. Those are the guys who won. Yeah, PBAW. Yeah, we missed that. That's what I was looking at. Yeah, you're accurate on that for sure. AMD, yeah. It did this. Yeah, it is that setup. Yeah, I didn't really take it because I was paying attention to something else. Yeah, those two those two strategies actually played out really well if you had followed it. Even LTHM, it's not the greatest right now. I feel like there might be some decent. Okay, LTHM might be a really good stock right now to watch the level 2. Let's try and sort of get some action going on here. 2620s. So what have we got on the time and sales? There's a lot of reds coming in. Okay. So a lot of dip buyers here, but if this breaks, guys, we might expect a bit of a wash coming in on this one. So a lot of bounce coming in on this area here, this zone, 2620s, 2612s, 10s, 26s. But I think this might be a potential short now. I really think it's a potential short, and I keep missing things today. I'm gonna try and sort of see if I can get a little bit of a bounce short. 26. Okay, it's bouncing off. 26, 38, 39s. I'm planning to short this, guys. I'm waiting for that tape to show me sign of a little bit of a weakness. Yes, the bounce came in now. Okay, I just don't want this bounce to be a reversal. Okay, seems like a reversal at the moment. Okay, the volume isn't there though on this bounce, but it's still early. It's still early. No, I'm gonna leave it, guys. I'm gonna leave it. It's not actually doing what I expected it to do. So, if anything, it might be strong. I'm just gonna wait for 27s to attack. Now, around that area, possible long entries. If I don't call it, then yeah. AMD was a beautiful trade that I missed. Again, quite choppy. I'm gonna leave it alone. But AMD and Lyft is the one I missed. Yeah, it is quite choppy, but those kind of things, those kind of stocks give out really good risk to reward as well. But keep an eye on LTHM. If it starts to take out that 27, or it starts to attack, it depends on how it attacks it. It could really go. Yes, sir. I know. I do miss the setup sometimes. I'm only I'm I'm human as well, so I miss a lot of setups to be honest. But the thing is, the trick with that is what happens to you mentally after you miss them. Are you affected by it? Then that's the problem. You know, you've got your setup, you've got it all aligned, and it's A, B, C, D, and it's all ticked, but you haven't taken it. Has the FOMO affected your trading or your psychological um, being or whatever you want to call it? If it is, then you know that's not good. For me, I've seen it so many times. You like I've seen it thousands of times that I missed the setup. I've almost become almost like an immune to to the whole. You never become immune. That's let me rephrase that. It's not immunity. It's like you are less sensitive to it. You're affected less by those emotions, basically. So yeah, watching this is not good for me. It doesn't help, but it also helps me to train my mind to not become FOMO, not not give in to FOMO. Look at this chop. I feel like it's actually grinding up for a possible good move, either down or up. Because it's more like a squeeze, isn't it? It's just the more it squeezes and gets tighter and tighter, the bigger the bounce or the drop is going to be. Just putting it out there. What's our Soon doing? Nope, not interested in the Soon. Not much of a volume. Really, not looking good intraday at all. Lift, beautiful. Yeah, that's why I need you to become professional. That's why I need at least, on the YB Elite program, at least 10 people joining in the stream and just, trading. And if I miss them, if you guys take it, oh man, that's great. That's like half of my FOMO is gone. If if one of my students take it and then like shares it on the stream, it's amazing. Can't wait for that. Yeah, for those of you, if you don't know what we are talking about, we're just talking about us a program that I created to get people up to scratch with the way I trade. Trying to get them to have a very strategic and systematic approach to trading. So once they qualify, once they graduate, then they could be a big, massive help to the stream, to the community, in fact. Yeah. So looking forward to that. Yeah, absolutely. YB babies. But it shouldn't take that long for you guys to hit the, you know, teenage teenage years. YB teenagers, although YB teenagers can be really, really um, grump, grumpy, moody. Teenage years, you can't blame you. But once you graduate to adulthood, then that's when you're gonna be really like bringing things to the table. So what's while it's slow, things are slow. What are the Oasis and Silver? How do you find the whole structure of the program? I know it's simple enough. As I mentioned, it's only 10% of the content that's being shared at the moment, and it's the roof is slow for a reason. Because if I put out everything, then that's gonna confuse the hell out of you. You wouldn't know where to start, where to end. Is that something that's working for you, or? I'm definitely open for suggestions if you guys, come up with things that I can change or I can add, I can delete, things like that. Definitely. Is something. Oh, SOUN, guys. SOUN going for a. Maybe not. The volume is coming in though, so that's the thing with this one. But this one, SOUN, had a lot of pressure yesterday. So the buyers didn't have strength to actually have a look at these ones. Pretty much similar scenario, right? It did try to squeeze. The buyers weren't strong enough to actually take out the short sellers, especially around this level. I was watching the tape. It was very, very clear that short sellers were actually constantly sort of stopping buyers. Again, it tried it again and it just failed off. And then eventually it gave up. The war was over once it started trading under VWAP. Now, today might be this case. As you see, there you go. Today is even worse because it didn't even show strength. So this might be an opportunity for possible shorts on SOUN, guys. So I'm keeping an eye on that. Yeah, that's the whole point. Everybody is busy. That's why always everybody is not doing full-time education on this. So it's good to do that because if you do full-time, then you rush things. You rush things and you just go and watch for the sake of watching and finishing it. It shouldn't be that way. If you had to watch 10 times a video to get um, get as much as possible from it, then yeah, by all means, watch it 10 times. Yeah, I mean, as I said, this I'm more short biased on SOUN, huge selling. Now, you have to understand the overall picture on this SOUN. Um, it's from sixes, 6.5 to trading around 18s. Okay, think of it as a massive, massive gap. You kind of expect it to be trying to gap fill that, right? So it's tried it yesterday very successfully. Short sellers really, really piled up on it, and it stopped buyers, and it just won the battle completely. And this one looks like an easy battle to win compared to yesterday, whereas yesterday showed much more strength on this curl up. And then the second curl up was a really, really good one. Usually, when this happens after that, you get massive, massive squeeze coming in. That's why I took this. But again, as I mentioned, anytime it's popping, it's getting attacked by the sellers. So yesterday was much stronger. Today it's not, and this is looking like it wants to fade off. That's good to know. Yeah. Yeah. Just take it easy. As you said, as you know, this is a lifetime thing. That's why I believe that if you're gonna create a program like this, it shouldn't be, oh, it's a 3 months course or it's a 5 months or 1 year. It's not. It really, everybody's situation is different. Um, Even if you take a course, the support, uh, the support is what counts. The courses are a lot of courses out there that might be useful, but the support isn't there, unfortunately. I don't want to call it course. I just don't like the name course because I've taken a lot of courses in the past when it comes to trading and they didn't give me anything. I didn't benefit from it at all. It's just the name of a course. It's a program. It's a membership. It's basically it's a YB YB family thing, right? Okay, so SPY is basically what did I say, guys, over here at the chop. Expect chop for the first half an hour to 1 hour. So it's already been almost, I would say, half an hour. That's our half an hour done. Now it seems like if it does take out this 416.20, this might have a bit of a continuation, but I would still think it's a bit early. Life lessons, absolutely. I agree. I think I'm old enough to give you guys some life lessons as well. That should be another course. That should be the most expensive course in the world, yeah. Joel, you've been quiet today. I think you're working or something. We usually, and you might be thinking like, why is he not trading? I don't see anything that I want to trade. I don't. Nothing matches my strategies or setups. So when it happens, when the environment is like that, I do tend to not trade. The only two trades that we missed, as Silver was mentioning, was because of our strategies. AMD would have been a great trade, and also Lyft would have been a great trade as well from here, as I was mentioning. So Lyft is just the one that we missed. Okay, LTHM. LTHM is interesting, guys, because it's actually wanting to take that. It's probably a, yeah, LTHM. All right. LTHM. Now, I am looking into shorting this LTHM, guys. If it does pop towards 26s or 7s or 2610s, if it does do a stop run and then comes back on the weakness, I will be shorting it. I might even start now, guys, early. 20, 25, 96, 97s. I might start early. 26 is okay. 26 it's popping. Yep. All right. 26. 26 is. $25.98. I got $25.98, guys. I wanted to get over 26, but I couldn't. $25.98. So short $25.98. On this one, guys, I needed to be closing over 26.40. It needs to close over 26.40 for me to take anything out or exit. So my stop would be 26.40, close of 26.40. I don't mind adding if it's gonna start to create a nice little pause here, and if it starts to show weakness, I don't mind adding as well. But I'm okay with this position at the moment. Yeah, I agree. Mentorship program. It is kind of mentorship program, but mentorship will come in later, not now. At the moment, it's purely educational. Mentorship will be benefited later on after maybe 6 months or so, once you guys know almost all the setups, strategies. Okay, so this is what I wanted, a pop, and then now the pop is happening, but the rejection isn't coming. But if the rejection comes in under 26, that's much better way of trading this. So right now it's bouncing, so this bounce could be a reversal. I'm just gonna wait on it, see what it does. It has been quite choppy, so I don't want to be getting chopped around, chopped out of the trade. Also, we have to remember this could be this in itself. I might be getting caught in a stop run under the level as well. These usually happen, so I might have to exit it early. Depends on how it reacts on this next 2 minutes. Okay, also Spy's already made up his decision, so yeah. RDBX is popping. RDBX. I might. Okay. Trying to re-enter. Sorry, re-add. Trying to add on this 2650. Fourteens. Trying to get the ask. I got around this area here, 2611, I think, I believe. So 2610, 2611s, I've added on it. This is what I wanted to see from it, a rejection in a pop and then rejection from it. This is true. It's followed my thesis, so I'm okay with that now. I'm full on the position as well, so yes, that's great to know. If it starts to take the low 2580, I expect a good wash on it. Whoa, Tesla is dying. What's going on to Tesla? AMD, yeah, SPY is also drifting down. Look at this stop run, guys. Today, very good. Look at this. Look at this rug pull. So on the break of 720s, 730s, these this is just pure games being played by. You see right there, right there, right there. These are all breakout traders that's getting into it, like breakout of 710s, breakout of 720s, breakout. These are all people getting stuck in it, right? Everybody got stuck on this one. So it actually hit that liquidity. Market makers, whatever you want to call them, they actually really, they can see the orders laying down if it's a limit order, right? Or stop limit orders. So they hit those orders, and then immediately after taking all those orders, they just sold heavily. So yeah, they got trapped. They had to exit here. That's why you see this wash here, the follow through, because these are all running out of these trades. These buyers are, bailing out, bailing out, bailing out, bailing out, and then the domino effect. This is why you see this whole price action. Yeah. Well, I guess, it's their business. They have to be terrible. This could provide us with the opportunity for a short right now. It's a bit early. Again, I don't like to chase. It's a chase call, but I think there's a short opportunity. I might have missed it. I just needed to be. See, the thing is, I'm very choosy. I'm very like, how do you call it? It has to match up all my criteria. Otherwise, I don't take it. And I am a bit greedy, to be honest, when it comes to entries. I like better entries. That's why I will miss something like Lyft, right? My entry was basically around 22 areas, as I was mentioning. I just never got there. But I didn't just follow through with my setup. Could have. Spy is really nice and clean, which means, oh wow, okay. 16 breaks and then comes up. Yeah, there's a lot of disadvantage to us, and there's a lot of advantages to us as well. Just remember, these big money, you think they might be very, they might have an edge. They do in a certain sense where their resources are really, really solid. They have huge resources to take advantage of. When it comes to entries, exits, order flow, all that is a massive, massive edge. But also, they have rules that they cannot break because they are big money. I'll give you an example. They most of the big money hedge funds, they cannot trade low float stocks. Why? Because in most of them will have rules that you can't trade anything under $10, this and that, or you can't trade any more shares. And also their trade is based off of VWAP as well. Not literally based off of VWAP, but they have what they do is they gauge their performance based on the VWAP. That's what I would say. So if they have taken anything, for example, let's say, for example, right now somebody on a big investment firm took longs here around 415, close to 415, right? So the gap from the VWAP to all the way to 415s, this is their performance. So they've actually taken massive profit off of the average. So they make their bonuses based off of this, basically. The farther away you take a long position, in this case, a long position from the VWAP, the better your payout is. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm just saying things. So they basically base their performance on the VWAP. Now, some of them might have a rule saying that you cannot buy a stock that is actually under VWAP, right? In this case, they wouldn't be able to do reversal trades. They will only be a continuation trade. So you can only short under VWAP. You can only buy over VWAP, right? Because remember, VWAP is your average price that has been determined by most of the participants, right? That's your average when it comes to volume. That's the whole idea behind it. So while we are a bit slow, if Joel was asking a question about using trade ideas for the market scanners and watch list and stuff like that. I used to use trade ideas a lot, and I still do on the side. It's just the thing with trade ideas is it's a great software. It's a great tool to have. You don't benefit from the free version. You have to go with the paid version. Now, for people, I do have on the side. I don't use it that much because it's kind of irrelevant to people who are joining in the stream and who are starting out. Most of the people who join in, they are like under 1 year experience, right? So now I don't want to really sell them trade ideas. There's no doubt that it's helpful, useful, but I just don't want to sell them an idea where they're going to really sort of be investing things and they're not going to benefit from it that much, right? If you can use it to what is supposed to be used and make the best out of it, then by all means, yes, 100% agree. Trade idea. I think that's one of the better softwares out there for traders. There's a lot of things you can create with it. It's amazing software, but you got to be able to. I might exit LTHM, guys. LTHM is just not doing anything that I like. 2670. I don't like it. at all. I'm out. So LTHM, let me just bring this here. Where is it? So LTHM, I got out around 26, I believe, right there somewhere, 20s. Again, it comes back to what did I expect from LTHM? Well, after this rejection, after the price action confirmed that it's a bit weak, is looking heavy. After that, I expected this to continue and not come back to 26s at all, right? That was my thesis. Now, it did come back to 26s, so it's not actually as weak as I thought. So my thesis is not very accurate here. So that's why I exited early. Now, if I were to exit here, or maybe even here, that would have been my 1 hour. Since I exit early, that's half an hour, right? Then that means that I can actually take few other trades, small losers, just to catch the big runner. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't, but for me it works out. Early exits. So that's my early exit. That's why I exited. You could keep it. You could keep your stop here or over the VWAP. That's perfectly fine. It's just chopping around. So yeah, Trade Ideas is a great tool to have for scanners and watch lists and top lists, whatever you want to create them for, if you can benefit from it. To begin with, I wouldn't recommend. You can use free tools that are available on like Finviz, for example. Do you know about Finviz, Joel? It does what Trade Idea does, but it's free. Obviously, not everything that Trade Idea does, but most of it. So that's the playlist for the Finviz scanners. You can go and check those 2 videos on the Finviz scanner, how I set it up and how I look for things. You can check that out. It'll make more sense to you. There's a lot of things you can do on the Finviz, to be honest. Finviz scanner. Wow, SPY keeps dropping. Oh, okay. I missed RDBX, guys. RDBX, it was quite choppy. That's why I didn't really pay too much attention to it. But that 1M200 strategy was there on it. RDBX. So basically, I was watching this. What happened to it? This area here is a confluence of other setups. Wow, SPY is just weak. How come SPY is so weak? It just continued on. So this might be a continuation from the short-term downtrend. If that's so, then it might take a few more days for it to do some proper move. We'll see. I don't really think that it's going to take out the lows, recent lows. It's taken that 415. Now LTHM, guys, is good to pay attention to it for later on. It's kind of creating this little curly action or a reversal action actually. So now if it starts to, this might be early entry. I might try to sort of start early on it for longs. Although it's just under VWAP, that could be pressure. There could be a lot of pressure to the downside, but it's worth the risk to start early because it's kind of clear. It's showing sign of a reversal. For me, this continuation didn't happen, and it held itself with this move, with increasing volume as well. It's kind of like early signs of big curl up. So this is just too early sign. Like if it starts to break the VWAP and starts to hold over there, that's a better area to take something. But I feel like it might be an idea to actually start here as well. It depends on how these next two bars close. Mm-hmm. Doo-doo. Yeah, it hasn't decided. It doesn't look like it wants to do it. In fact, it's a rejection from the VWAP. So I'm going to wait on it. If it starts to take out the VWAP, then I will be interested in it for possible longs. Ooh, that's interesting. So this is attacking the VWAP right now. It looks strong to me. The only thing is the volume is not very consistent. If the volume picks up, then that might be a good idea to look for longs. If you do look at, I mean, let's look at this. So we've got this and that and that and this. So we might have either this one being the shoulder, or we might have another shoulder coming in, but I'm expecting something like that. So head and shoulder reversal pattern, not a very clean one, but nevertheless it's there. I really want to start early though right now. 2650s. 2650s. Yeah, the issue here is the volume. Let me show you what I mean. So basically, the volume is not very consistent. Like over here, we started to get that volume increase, but then it started to decline. But overall, when it starts to pick up, there's more volume. When it starts to drop, it's less volume. So that's a good thing, right? But I really like more volume coming into this. Once it starts to take out the VWAP. Once it does. Now, if it doesn't, if it starts failing off of it, then yeah, it's back to chop. Or while we're a bit slow on in the market, not looking for much apart from SPY might have a reversal coming into 415 is reclaimed. It's still early, but if there is an opportunity on the others, then I'll take it. So we can try now. Let's play around a bit. See if it works. See if it works. I am trying these voice mods. I don't know whether they work. I don't think it's working, but let me see. Let me just put a random on it. Random? No. How come it's not working? Ah, god damn it, LTHM. Freaking hell, man. Oh, I freaking missed it, but I'm waiting for it. 2680s. I missed LTHM. I might consider entering now. 2670s for possible longs. I'm just trying out these voice mods. I don't know whether you can hear it. That's why I was trying. 2670, 2666. There's a lot of buying coming in as well. Okay, if I'm going to take this, guys, it's going to be, the stop is going to have to be 2630s, 2620s, so bigger stop. Just keep that in mind. I just don't want this to be another spike and then drop. I'm just a bit careful on that because it's been doing that lately. 2650s. Okay. Yeah, so there you go. You see this pop and drop. It's been doing that over here a lot, and these areas here. So I think they're just trying to liquidity hunt. They're just looking for orders and trying to get there and trigger them, and then yeah. AMD possible reversal. It's a bit of a tricky trade, but it's a micro. The thing is, it's almost filled the gap. So I wasn't really expecting this to be filling the gap, getting close to even filling the gap. But because SPY got weaker, it actually helped it almost fill it, almost. But now the possible reversal might come into this. Um, 691, 692. We've got $7. That's about 10 cents a stop for a possible 65. So about 20, 30 cents. I think it might be worth it. I'm looking at IonQ under sevens for a possible short under sevens. The problem with this is it's way extended to the downside. Although it's not overextension or like a big wash extension like this, it's a more stable downtrend. 690, 693, 693. For a 7 cents stop, it's not bad actually. It's about 30 cents profit. 694. I'm looking for a possible IonQ short right here actually. I'm just waiting for, it seems like bids are stronger at the moment. Offers are getting taken out, so offers are being lifted easily, so that's not a good thing. I just want offers to be piling up more, and then the bids needs to be taken out. So let's see if the 7 is gonna hold. 7 area, if the sellers come in, and if they outweigh the buyers, then yeah, we could look into that. So right here could be an opportunity if we see weakness coming in. 696. All right, okay, that's not bad. Good. So 694. Okay, 693, guys. I'm in 690. This might be a very quick trade. 693, bit of a chase, but over 7 is the stop. Now it might be 702, 703, 705, but I would really not like it to be going over 7. So, but on this one, very, very clear, and the target is 670. So that's our target. It either hits that or our stop. That's our target. So very, very tiny risk. We're talking 693. That's about 7 cents. Let's go. Damn, WDC. To be honest, I'm not seeing a lot of clean moves today. That's why I'm really taking it easy. I don't see a lot of clean moves. the ones that we saw was we missed it anyways. But right now, and also it's getting to that quiet zone. The timing is like getting closer and closer to the lunchtime, isn't it? So it's dull time frame. FB. FB is looking good. This is looking good. If it takes out the lows, it might give us a nice little wash. So looking forward to that. If it does, IonQ. Let's keep this here. So I'm waiting for the 670s to hit. There might be opportunity on the FB meta for a possible short 209, 209 13s, 209s. I'm gonna try this, guys. I'm gonna try this 20909s, 20909s. Right there. And the stop obviously is the top, just over around 60 cents stop, basically. Around that area. Now on this one, first partial around 208.50, or even around 208, 208.30s, 20s, and then the rest we can just let it run until the low of day, hopefully. Come on, Facebook, drop. All right, that's a good drop. It's a good drop. Let's go, Facebook. Come on, baby. Let's go, Facebook and IonQ. We want you to hit those targets. Looking good. Okay, good, good, good. Come on, come on, come on. 2860, 2860. All right, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Let's go. 20870s. Come on, 50s need to get taken out. 20850s. Okay, it's bouncing again. Come on, Facebook. Ooh, that's a big bounce. Really was expecting a good follow through from here. RDBX is squeezing. RDBX is squeezing. Dude, this thing it seems like it wants to squeeze. Hopefully it's not going to be something like that, but this move, yeah, if it does take out the 730s and starts trading over it, this might actually be a good candidate for a good squeeze today. RDBX. So I'll keep an eye on that. And also LTHM, guys, is an opportunity for right now. FB is just, unfortunately on FB, I couldn't get anything out. I wanted to get out 208.50s, it just didn't. So this might take me out. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, not sure about Facebook at the moment. I could exit on the break even, but rejection is coming in, but it's just bouncing off and down. So it might take a while before it actually decides to either take out the 209.50s or go take out 208.50s. So my stop is over 209.50s anyways, initial stop. So I might have to wait for it to take me out or give me my profits. Usually around VWAPs, you will have more time spent because there's a lot of orders there. Obviously, they want to get those filled, especially at this time frame. Yeah, I'm gonna exit Facebook. It's not doing much, guys. Yeah, just looking at exiting it. I'm just waiting. 209s. 209s. Still waiting. Still waiting. It's very close to exiting it. 209. I'm out. About break even, guys. Yeah, actually, pretty much break even. So I'm out on Facebook. Didn't do what I expected to do. It might be early exit. This might actually continue what I expected to do. It might actually do that after I exit. But it's just a bit too late for me to be trading at this time. Usually, I'm done for after the first hour. I don't really want to get chopped around. And these kind of time frames after 1 hour gets a bit of slow trading. That doesn't work for my style. I need it to be a chaser of momentum. So momentum usually doesn't occur at this time. A lot of fake outs happen. So the only thing I would say is LTHM. Yeah, it's, you can call it, but it depends on how you take it. You know, this is your normal. More than 50% of the time you will get that. In fact, about 60% you will get this in trading. So you will have to be able to deal with it. There was a really nice entry here. I missed it. LTHM I was mentioning, with the stop under VWAP, obviously. But this could lead to some decent moves. I was mentioning it pre-market as well. I am a bit more long biased on it, or if it breaks the 27, then short. So now it's up that level. It might continue, and if it takes the high of day, it's got a huge potential. Yeah, for me, I wouldn't call it a shit day because I've managed my risk really well. Let me show you what I mean by that. So LTHM, this one for example, it's like half an hour loss for me because my original stop was here. In fact, this was my mental stop. My hard stop was like somewhere there. So less than a half an hour on this one. Very, very small loser. Right. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Oasis. Sorry to hear that. Were you trading? I thought you were working. And that one. And then next we had, let's have a look. We also had FB recently with a break-even stop. As you can see, that was a great exit. I would have stopped out here. So that saved me quite a lot of 1 hour, in fact. So that's a break-even. That's well maintained, well managed. And we have IonQ. IonQ is still on. I might have to exit this right now, somewhere there. I'm still waiting for sevens to see if it rejects from there. The volume isn't there on this one. Not the greatest of the trades. So yeah, really well maintained. I might exit here on the break even, just a small loser, a few cents. Just about to. Just gonna wait for this bar to close. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out of this, guys. Just early again, 95, 695s. We're talking about 2 cents loser on this. Yeah, I mean, yeah, nothing is really sort of. Thingy looks okay. Red box. Hold on. Red box looks interesting here. Red box, nice little. It's holding. That's the thing. It's holding nicely. Red box. Okay, what's the volume like? There's more volume coming in on the. The day you manage to get out of work, Oasis, that's when the shit that happens. Bearing in mind, you know, when we were talking about SPY being very expecting kind of a chop on SPY, initially we were correct on that. Like the first half an hour, 1 hour was a chop. You could clearly see that it was trading between 416 and 16s to 417, 40. So around the dollar. That's a very, very small range for SPY to be trading. And it did it until, I would say, about, what, 1457? About half an hour. So after that, it started to trend. So we were, that's why I was very careful taking anything like Nvidia and stuff like that. But, you know, in hindsight, they would have worked out nicely, but usually they don't. So I was very careful in my stock selection or trade selection. I could have ended up very, poorly today. Let me show you. The one that we missed obviously is AMD. But if, let's say, if we were to chase this, not much of a great setup, but if we were to chase this, that probably would have worked out, but then that would have given me a bad habit to chase things. And then the next 10 trades that I chase wouldn't have worked out. So, red box. This is interesting if it starts to hold here, 690. This is quite interesting for a possible long. This stop would be close under the VWAP, close under the VWAP. So it could be 690, 680, somewhere here. Break of 705, 710s would be ideal. Paper only. Burn that paper. I was really hoping that I would be using these voice mods like these, you know. I'll be cashing in some, but I didn't. So hopefully I'll be able to use those shortcuts soon. Yeah, I should have negative sounds. I just couldn't find it. I think I have this one. Warning. It might be loud. Right? Or I have this one, look. Yeah, I think we need this one for the day, right? Just to recap the videos, guys, today's day was but then again, all jokes aside, I'm happy with how I traded it. Very minimal losses. I think I'm just over 1 hour down. Most of the trades that I took was break even exits, early exits. I never let them hit my stop, so that's a good thing. And they did reverse on me. It would have been worse if I had stayed in. Hard stop sound. Yeah, I should have a hard stop sound. I didn't hit the hard stop though. That's the thing. I should have one with the max day loss, which is my 3R. If I hit that 3R, I stopped for the day. So it should be really something really exaggerated, you know. It's got to be like eardrum breaking. And then I have this one, right? That's for like anticipation or when we're about to enter the trade. And then once we are quiet, when we are in the Zen mode, we can probably go to the rainforest, you know, just nice and relaxed, calm down. If we have negative feelings, we need to release, breathe in, breathe out, meditation, baby. Oh yeah, 3 strikes, you're out. That'll be really cool. If I could get that audio downloaded, that'll be really good. Yeah, 3 strikes. That's something that I should be. Let me write that down actually. 3 strikes, you're out. Yes, sir. I don't know what this does. Oh, okay. That's like an anime. That's another one. So Let's have a look. AMD still goes on. Redbox, not really interested now because trading under that VWAP. Not good at all. SPY trends down, but there's nothing that I have a setup that I could have taken advantage of that, so I wouldn't have traded that. IonQ, I took a Uzi setup. Oasis, by the way, not a great Uzi, but it was there. The volume wasn't there. That's the thing with it. So Uzi setup, just a bit of a break-even stop, I would say, maybe a cent or two loser. And then, VWAP. And also, again, look at this. I mean, this would have probably taken me out, maybe not. I probably would have waited for it to take this close out. So I might have been in it, but still, it might have taken me out. Even here, even if it doesn't take me out here, after this wash and then bounce back, that's probably where I probably would have gotten out. So it's a good thing I exited early for a break even on this one. This one seems like this is the real move now. This is the one that I was expecting from this or here, but it just happened a bit later on, right? On this time frame, right about 4 o'clock or 3:30, after 1 hour, we do tend to get these kind of, slow response from levels. Okay, so yeah, no problem. That's a good thing, actually. That's a good thing you're taking your time. You're going to make sure you understand every bit. I didn't see much of the early strategies, like PBAW. I didn't see much today. The VWAP, I saw quite a few, like this one. The PBAW would have been here or here. Would have stopped on the close of this. Depends on how tight you are and where you entered. This could have been a first partial. One partial definitely was there, but the second one could have been on a break even. So yeah, there was a profit there, and I was mentioning that early. But the one that I can give an example, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything on PBAW. Yeah, not at all. Actually, SPY was something that not really. No. Wow, Lyft, is it bouncing now? It seems like it might wanna bounce, but this is interesting. This might be a bounce bounced time frame at the moment. Yeah, that might be a sign that it's not working out. We've got right here. I know it's trying to take out that 2750, but it might be too late once it takes that out. The volume needs to come in. Again, I've been saying this. The volume hasn't come yet on this. Once the volume comes in, this might pop and starts to continue up. Because the catalyst is earnings on it. It's not like one of those, just normal, no catalyst, no news bounce or gap. The gap is valid, and there's a proper catalyst behind it. So I'm kind of interested to long this here, early start, and then maybe add on the 27-23 break. So let's have a look. But you need a bigger stop on it, at least 27.75s. Sorry, 26.75s. So you need that stop. Ideally, you want to be using actually VWAP as a guide for your stop. Wow, SOUN is going crazy. SOUN. Volume is coming in 1217. Uh, it's kind of squeezing. Looks like it was squeezing, but over here, the rejection came in. So yeah, this looks like it wants to go. So I'm gonna be taking a break for 5 minutes. I'll come back, see if anything changes. The only interesting thing is this one. If it starts to, at the moment, I think I'm not gonna even chase it. Better area was break of 12, and after this, now I really think it's a big chase to be trading now. But this might later on give some decent opportunity, and the rest. LTHM is also looking really decent. I might be looking at this properly, and if it starts to hold here, the breakout could be nice and explosive. So I am watching this, and it's also red to green. So the open was here, and if it starts to break that, that will be red to green. Some people pay attention to that. Some traders use that. So we might have more buyers coming in after that. So I'm paying attention to this one if it does give me a chance. So I'll be taking a 5 minute mic off, but I'll be here. All right, guys, I'm back. So while I was my mic was off, I traded LTHM. I felt like it was about to break 720s. I entered early. It was early entry, and the position sizing was according to that. So I was gonna add at the break of 2720s, things like that. So very small little early entry, and then my stop was basically under 2680s, stuff like that. But then when I saw this rejection coming in and it couldn't break it, so I exited early. So this has been the theme of the day, exiting early, where my stop was way away from the current price. So I managed to get a really nice exit on this one as well. I did post in the chat when I entered and when I exit as well. So definitely looks like this might be it for the day for me, but there are things that might be moving when I leave. For example, Redbox, I've been watching this like over here, sevens on this break of sevens. Now it's a bit late, but the idea was if it starts to break that 710s or I was even mentioning 705, 708s right here somewhere with a stop close of the VWAP. So this was a really decent trade that I missed myself, but I did mention I was looking for longs on this one over sevens, 710 especially. So around here, even if you missed it here, could have taken it here with a stop under 7 now, and now you would have taken definitely some off. Stop would have been on break even and let it run, because this has potential to run, and if it does easily, 8 is achievable, even more if it runs, if the squeeze comes in, and if the buyers hold it properly. So that's something that might run. What else do I think? That's pretty much it. SOUN is gearing up and holding its own, to be honest. There was a volume coming in here, quite a bit of volume, but the volume didn't sustain. But the price action is sustaining and is keeping its highs, or the trend. So it's definitely keeping lower highs. Sorry, higher lows, and higher highs. So it's showing sign of strength, but the thing is the volume. The problem with this is volume isn't there. So if the volume isn't there, the continuation might not sustain. If it breaks, it might be a fake breakout, things like that, because we do have a level 1250 here. So you gotta keep an eye on that. Yeah, that's a big level there. 1250 is a 1250 40. This area here is a big level, big daily level. So if you are gonna trade this, might be a good idea to wait for it to break that level, this whole zone here, or even like if it starts to reverse from there, that might be a good shorting opportunity as well. But then again, the main one that I was mentioning, the other one, Redbox, is doing really well now. Yeah, that looks like it wants to squeeze. So this might provide some decent moves. We'll see. So that's pretty much it. I just want to go over the trades that I took. Facebook is one of them. Break even, I believe, on Facebook. This right here. Rejection came off of the VWAP. It was weak stock. It was a little bit overextended from the bottom as well. Excuse me. That was bad. Anyways, so shorted it on the rejection. Was expecting this to continue down faster than it did. That's why I took it early, because it was just playing around there, around the VWAP area. So usually when it does that, it will go over and under, plays around quite a few times, takes you out, and then you get back in it and then takes you out again. So if I had stayed in it, I probably might have gotten taken out to 209.50s. which would have been my full 1 hour loser. So instead, I exit early, saved myself a 1 hour. So that's break even. INQ is almost break even as well. This was one of the setups I took, not the cleanest, but nevertheless it was there. I took this entry around 692s, I believe 93s, and then the original stop was over 7, so it could have been over 702, 73s, something like that. But again, early exit, as you can see, it started to curl back up. I was expecting this move that didn't have this move should have had more momentum, at least towards 680. That's what the plan was. And if that had happened, I probably would have taken some out, and then the ideal and exit would have been 670, as I was mentioning, but it didn't, and it started to curl back up. That's why I took it early, very close to break even, about 2 cents loser or a cent loser there. So, as you can see, most of the losers I am getting is all losers, small losers. Over on LTHM is this was small because this was a chase entry on the break of this congested area. I thought this was going to have some really decent continuation, especially after this wick, rejection of this wick. I added again on this, but my stop definitely was here. In fact, I could have held it close to VWAP. So my stop was way away from where I exited. Again, similar sort of trend you see with my trades, most of the trades. It started to reverse back on me. I exit early. I don't leave it, for to get my stop loss taken out. If I had done that for every single trade of mine, I would have been down big time, probably about 6 hours today. Maybe even, close to 6 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. But because I was quick to manage my risk, depending on according to price action, I was able to actually save myself around 5-6 hours. So that was a very, very good exit. Probably is less than 1 hour, and this one is a tiny loser as well, definitely less than 1 hour. So overall on LTHM, we might be down 1 hour. I wouldn't even think it's 1 hour, because this one is a starter position, and then I was going to build up, and then my stop would have been under there. So I think LTHM is close to -1 hour. The rest of the trades we took really managed the trade well. I'm proud to say that. Really proud to say that. I would have been down big, but I'm down about 1 hour, I think, today. And so that's break even. And the rest is also break even. IonQ is also break. Yeah. So I think 3 triggers we took, and just didn't do what I was expecting. There was no momentum. There was no, follow through. And when I start seeing that, I do exit early. And most of the time it pays off. As you can see here, it paid off. Otherwise, I would have hit the full 1 hour loser. And Facebook as well, same scenario. It didn't actually follow through. Although the whole idea was there. You see this whole down move. In fact, I was mentioning when I entered here, look guys, our first exit is here, right there. You see this 208.18. That's where it started to bounce. Okay, and then I said that our main exit would be just at the low of the day, which it actually started bouncing from. So the idea was there, the thesis was there, it followed through, but late. It did it late. I was way early. But then again, did it hit me big? No, not at all. It's a break even. As you can see, entry and exit. I exited here because it was taking its time, and I just saw that a little bit of a volume coming in, and it was about to poke its head up. So if I had stayed in it with my hard stop, I would have been down 1 hour on this one as well. But because I acted according to the price action right now, at that time, I managed to save myself 1 hour, so that's break even. So most 2-3 trades break even, few trades very small losers. Yeah, no worries, Joel. Don't have to watch the replay if you want, but if you watch it, that's great. You might learn something here and there because we did talk about, over when things are slow, as you know, I do tend to talk. So you might get some gold nuggets here and there of information. Today was quite very quiet. The way I trade for my style, for my character, it's just the worst environment I can be in because um, I thrive in a market environment where there's a lot of range, a lot of momentum, a lot of action, right? And today wasn't the one. And for me, I'm okay with that because I know it's like I'm like a hunter. I oops, sorry. So I just wait for the right moment. Every now and then I'll just try my luck. But when the time comes, I do hit quite often. I don't miss my target. So that's good to know. Oh, by the way, lift. I was mentioning earlier that the reversal might be coming on the lift on the bounce of the 12 right there. In fact, I was mentioning it, and um, so if you have taken if they've taken this, that would have been close to your first partial right now, or even closer to VWAP. So if it does get to VWAP, definitely you got to take some out. Uh, Now, if you had taken it here, your stop would definitely be under this swing low. If you are very tight, it could be under this swing low, but it's not big enough for you to consider it as swing. So if it was me, I would keep it here. Aggressively, you can keep it here as well with your stop to break even, and then you can just relax. So that would have been a really good, nice reversal trade towards the VWAP. This has a potential to go beyond VWAP, to be honest. So, Joel, how's it going, man? You all right? What did you do? Did you trade? Were you paper trading? So things are quiet down now. I think I might not see any opportunities. Even if I do, potential of a big reward wouldn't be there. So I'm just gonna leave end the stream here. And as usual, guys, tomorrow 9 a.m. EST, I'll be here, and do join me. And I'll catch you guys in the stream. Um, See if I can remember anything. No, I don't think I have anything else to say. Apart from take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow. Awesome stuff, Joel. That's good to hear. All right, I'll catch you later. Yeah. All right. See you, buddy.